Kamala Harris voters, I'm going to make you feel good and understand what's really going on. So pay attention, my fellows and liberals and leftists. And I told you that we are in a blessing right now when he's sending ICE raids and troops. This has been a blessing. I've said it for months, and some of you think I'm crazy. Well, if you listen to the end of this, you understand I'm not only not crazy, but it's the smartest thing that that could have ever happened to us. It has absolutely been a blessing. And I'm going to break this down. Hey, I'm Darren Monroe. I used to work Kamala Harris's campaign, and I also have 30 years marketing branding experience. These days, what I do is I teach people, I help people go from chaos to clarity on this channel so that you're not stressing out over Trump drama. I have a group, you know about it. Many of you who don't, it's called the Clarity Group. The link is in the description. It's in the profile. It's on sale right now. Get in. It is a stupid deal, and people love it. Hundreds of people around the world have joined, and I want you to join too because you're going to feel 1,000% better. Now, let's get into some things I want to tell you really quickly. The biggest thing that ever happened to us, and people say, oh my God, why do you think this is a blessing? It is a blessing. To send those ICE troops, to send those stormtroopers, to send the military to Illinois, to California, to Oregon, to anywhere in the blue state has been a blessing. Why? Because the communities have gotten tightened together. We get together, we tighten up regionally and locally. As governors, the 23 governors and attorney generals have been on our side. They've been killing it. And whether it be Newsom, whether it be Hochul, Witt, and certainly right here in Illinois, J.B. Pritzker and Kwame Raoul, our attorney general, they have tightened up, kicked butt, shown up, and they are positioned to win. Hey, the courts have run in their favor. And before you go, well, Supreme Court, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Supreme Court can only handle 1% of the court cases. 99% of the court cases are handled through the 94 districts, 50 states totaling 677 judges. No, not all of them are on our side. But obviously what's been proven, especially in the last couple of weeks, the last 37 weeks actually, has been that there are Reagan, both Bush and certainly Trump-appointed judges who have said, no, you're breaking the law and we're going to stop it. Whether they be at the federal, state level, or whether they be at the circuit court, or whether they be at the appeals court, they are fighting. It is a civil war going on in the judicial branch, and all is not lost. Don't let these doomer and gloomer people take you on. They're the alarmists, there's the conspiracists, and there's the doomer and gloomer people who are telling you it's the end of the world, and it's a fascism, it's a downstate. Wrong, wrong, wrong. A fascist state would not let me talk. Anybody else who's talking back would be in jail or dead or both. Be very clear what your words are and what they say. In addition to that, I want you to understand that there is faith in our ability to understand three core things. This is why Trump is freaking out a lot of leftists. See, most leftists are dealing with ignorance just as much as the MAGA is. They don't understand the history of our government, the structure and how our government works, or the laws of our government. So when he writes stuff on toilet paper, executive orders, might as well be on toilet paper, used toilet paper. When he writes that out, people are like, wait, can he do that? And the answer is, fuck no, he can't do it. And here's the thing, he's afraid of the courts. Why do we know he's afraid of the courts? Because the reality is he backs off every time the courts kick back hard on him. And the reason he backs off is because these people can go to jail. Or they can go to jail. It's possible. Trump can go to jail. They can go to jail. And him sending ICE troops and stuff here in Chicago, a joke. It's setting us up to be the city, and the mayor of Chicago and the governor is suing. And, there's a history of winning because we know what happened with Newsom. And Newsom suing over trying to send the federalized troops in California over to Oregon. Steve Miller's going to get that man in jail. Even better, Steve Miller's going to be right there in the next cell to him, or maybe a cell buddy. I'm just trying to tell you right now, you can't just decide that you're going to run all over the most powerful people in America. And no, it's not the president of the United States. Our government isn't structured that way. They're checks and balances. But they own the Supreme Court. Fuck the Supreme Court, 1%. See, that's why you need to be in my clarity group, because we don't do that. I jump in people's asses up in the clarity group about this. I'm like, listen, why in the world would you be worried about that? Here's the thing you need to focus on. ESGN, Epstein shut down, gerrymandering, and no kings. Now put that in the comments. ESGN, spread word on it. ESGN. This is all about you focusing on what matters most. What do we know about Epstein? Ghislaine Maxwell lost. Ooh, she tried to go to the Supreme Court and say, ooh, Supreme Court, help me. But yes, I know Trump is saying, I might pardon her. You know why he's saying that? Because he's trying to get us to ignore the Epstein push. He's trying to get us to ignore the shutdown because he's losing that and he's getting killed in the polls. He's trying to get us to ignore the fact that he may lose the gerrymandering war because the 23 attorney generals, they rock. He's trying to get us to ignore the No Kings Day coming up October 18th. Get on nokingsday.org and indivisible.org. He's trying to get us to ignore our marketing. See, we got politics, activism, the streets, we got branding, we got marketing. The part we need help in is the marketing. I know you're tired of reaching out to your Congress and sending letters. And if you're already in a habit, in the grind of doing that, do it. Those who haven't or got tired, here's what I want you to do. Spread word. Spread this video and spread every one of my videos talking. And I'm going to break down to you what's going on. I'm also going to be doing some insider videos for the Clarity Group. I also have Clarity reports that I talk about that they don't even let me say out here. I talk about the election math, not mathing. I talk about Kamala Harris's pathway to president because she will be the next president of the United States, whether you want to like it, hate it, love it, want Newsom or AOC or Crockett, whatever. That ain't happening. Next president's going to be Kamala Harris. And I prove it on the back end of Clarity Group from her book all the way to her going to be sworn in on 2029, January 20th. Here's the other thing I want you to understand is happening. We got 8 investigations going on. Actually 9 when you include the Supreme Court. Do you know that? And you wonder who's doing the investigation? Well, of course, it ain't the Trump administration or the DOJ, but there's a whole bunch of investigations going on. These people are going to jail, y'all. I'm talking about from Pam Bondi, Steve Miller, all of these chumps. You know Tom Homan is. They caught him taking money from federal agents, $50,000. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, there's going to be some straight up comeback. But in the meanwhile, ask yourself this question. Okay, here you are on my channel. I'm helping you decode the drama, right? Decode the drama. I'm helping you identify the real data that works, like the 180 rulings that happened that were both temporary injunctions, permanent injunctions, statewide injunctions, national injunctions, and actual cases where the Trump administration lost 140 of them. According to Forbes, since July, Trump has lost 60% of the cases. According to some of the other law dockets, like as of in the month of May alone, he lost 96% of the cases. You understand? He's getting his asses whipped. And I want you to understand that they are going to come back on him. Those 8 investigations I talk about in the classroom area, once you join the Clarity Group, under Clarity Reports, the top things that are going to get him in trouble is going to be the grifting, is going to be the deployment, the deportation of American citizens, and Elon and Doge. I swear you, going into those departments, oh, they're coming for that ass. And yes, Elon Musk is going to jail unless he runs to Russia. If he's smart, he start running now. I'm sure he got an exit plan if he's really the genius everybody claims he is. I'm trying to tell you right now, sending these troops in to fuck with us. And here's the numbers they don't understand when people don't think about. There are 400 million guns in America. Now that's the ones we know of. ICE is only tens of thousands at the most? Ever heard of custard? Ever heard of custard? You are messing around with people who once they're ticked off, they're ticked off. And you know we're a rebel nation. You can't just be pushing us around. The gangsters are already getting close to push. We're trying not to give them a reason to declare insurrection and national emergency. But if he pushed this too far, it's going to be on. And I think just based on the way he just had that meeting with the generals, him and the exec, that was beautiful. I've never seen a president walk into a room with military and never get a applause or a salute. No, nothing. The point is that the military's been communicating with each other. I've talked to hundreds of them in the last 10 months, and they said there's been communication going on between each other. They're not going to do what he says. Some will indeed. But there's a lot. Ain't happening. How do we know? We just saw the National Guard of Illinois say, no, sir, we're not going to do what you said. Because they sworn an oath to the Constitution to protect the people, not to tear them down and mow them down. When you're telling the Navy, for instance, that half of Americans are the enemy, oh no, that's not going to rock. That's not going to work. So you're trying to do all this stuff. When you're sending these troops or attempting to, it's becoming a blessing for us because we stand stronger. We pull together. You understand? We're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. This is good news, Kamala Harris voters. Get in my group. Get in my Clarity group. I have several groups. I got a Black Clarity group now. So you can click the link in that if you want to go for the Black group. It's a very small group there. But my major group is the Clarity group. In fact, if you get in the Clarity group right now, and then once you join the group, all you got to do is click on my name and click chat and say, Darren, I just joined the group. I'm African American. I'll let you in for free for a limited time, as long as you're a member of Clarity. The point is, get in the Clarity group. Get in the Clarity group right now and hear what's really going on. I do several lives. We even have a Kamala Harris book club every Thursday. And tonight, Tuesday, I am speaking live about narrative warfare that Trump's doing to psychologically fuck with people's heads. Join me.